Oh boy, here we go. Hi guys, and welcome to Propaganda Podcast Season 12, Session 1 of the Imperial Coalition. Here we are, back with Season 12. The podcasts are back, Daddy is back. We're doing this live, we're doing this big. Here we are. Anyways, first of all, I'm going to start with this. Thank you for everyone for being patient when we had the whole issues with the hosting, with the corrupt version. I really don't know what happened. It could be that we're playing on 1.29 and everyone else is playing on 1.28, but with our mod works more with 1.29, so that's why we did it. Rolling back, it just takes too much effort, especially probably with the new patch coming out soon-ish, probably sometime in spring or early summer, stuff like that. So we're basically going to make it one more season before we're going to reconsider what to do with the patch 1.28. Maybe Paradox will get their shit together and they will fix something. Anyways, so as always, I'm glad to be back. I'm happy that I'm here, and we're gonna dive right into England. So this has been an interesting session. It hasn't been very long. As you can see, it's only been 24 years. Because I think in total we played for 2 hours and like 40 minutes, some shit like that. Anyways, so where are we? England. England is not a great power, but he's very, very close to it. He took all of Ireland. He took Scotland. He got the Iceland from Norway, so he's scoring that right now. And he's got so many trade ports, trade centers. I mean, National Harvest trade centers. And he's got Friesland, and he's grabbing Lubeck. Lubeck right here, it's huge. So whoever usually controls your Lubeck and Hamburg controls a huge part of the Lubeck trade, the Baltic trade, and basically trade from Europe. So this is going to hurt Sweden and Brandenburg, or whoever is in this region for a long time. All that trade is probably just going to get pulled all the way down to the English Channel. Anyways, so England. England starts with a pretty large force limit, 44. It's one of the biggest ones in Europe and in the game. He can tech up, but he just hasn't embraced technology. He doesn't have anything dev'd yet. Someone should sell him the institution. Interesting. It's got a little bit of corruption, but that's okay. I'm not gonna even talk. I'm not gonna even touch the states. No. I'm not gonna go into the states. Besides that, he's doing really good. He's got 11 heavies, 17 transports. Okay, so he's got one of the largest navies in Europe. Probably he's feeling the most secure. Okay, so he needs to finish just a little bit more. But other than that, he's okay. Yeah. England is in a very solid position. He is making like 34 ducats. It's one of the larger economies in Europe. But maintenance, he's making 1. He's running a 1-1-2. And he hasn't picked an idea group yet. I wonder what he's going to be picking. Because he can actually probably start colonizing right over here. And he has a 4-4-4, which he can pick colonial ideas, but he does have a lot of mill power saved up, so you're probably going to go for a mill idea first. So yeah, England is doing very strong diplomatically as well. He's got deals with France, Castile, Portugal, probably Burgundy, Sweden, so he's doing everything diplomatically as England should be. I really wonder where England is going to go. From what I understand, is going to be the New World and probably Asia as well. That's where really the English power base comes from, is pulling trade, pulling it into here, and pulling it through all the colonies. So we'll see what happens. Now let's see how his build-up is. Yeah, I mean, 1, 2, 3, not that great. Not too great, but I wonder where he's been putting his money. I guess all this war, because he's been really doing it. Like, what's his aggressive expansion? Yeah. He's been really conquering stuff. So, good for England. Looks very strong. Attack France. So, France. He started filling out defensive ideas. Interesting. What I did notice is that this season there's a lot of countries going for defensive ideas, which means they're a very, very early game focus. I mean, morale is always good, and Spooter was here, he would tell me this, is that morale is good throughout the game, and I completely support him. It's just very interesting is that the defense idea is picked. It's probably because people are going into the fire damage received and the shock damage received build to reduce that, which is a pretty good build. And it will be very interesting to see if more people will follow suit. I personally haven't chosen the group yet. I'm actually still thinking about it. One of the interesting counters that I'm thinking about that are possible is you start stacking morale against this build, because this build is basically goes around soaking up shock and fire damage, while morale damage is calculated separately. So you're going to be doing morale damage to people. They don't have a modifier for this, and they don't have as much damage stacked on top of them because they're going into this more of a defensive build. So it's more of a, I'm going to soak up your damage and deal damage to you, and then your damage is nerfed, and so you're not dealing as much damage to me, and thus eventually I'm going to outperform you because, you know, I can take the punches for a longer time. That's basically the defensive build. The one interesting build, if you go like stacking, for example, expansion into offensives gives you 15, plus maybe going into quality and maybe noble academia, or maybe even strategic for this army tradition. That's pretty huge, really. So you'll have a lot of tradition, and thus you'll have a lot of morale. So you can do morale stacking from this, and expansion. So there's a couple policies that you can do here. Or you can go the regular discipline stacking build, of course. The tech up build, where you basically take everything ahead of time. You go innovative and strategic. You get innovative game of 150%, which is really, really huge. And you can be always ahead in military ideas. The next tech up. So, a couple things you can do. But I think that's what people are aiming for here, is the fire reduction build, which could actually work unless it's a morale build, because morale by itself, so fire and shock do damage because of discipline and all the pips and all the other modifiers, and then morale does damage by itself. So there are two phases. So in this case, it could actually work as a good way to counter that. Or of course you just go quantity, huge amount of troops, and eventually people that just don't build up their nation very well are going to lose right away. Not right away, but eventually they'll lose, because quantity is a quality, ladies and gentlemen. Making 27 ducats, he still has a couple fiefdoms left. This is one being one of the bigger ones. Probably should delete some forts. I think this fort should be deleted. I'm not sure about this one. Can probably definitely lower the autonomy. Holy shit. Yeah, lower the autonomy. When you're done with this war, like, done, lower the autonomy in a lot of these places. Let's accept the deal because it's really, really good. Oh! Shit! Anyways, so you accept that, right? And what you do is you lower this autonomy. So I'm actually very interested to see 28 ducats. I don't know if it's going to come into effect right away. Let's see. I mean, it's quite a few rebellions, but you're increasing by 2 ducats. And when you core this, your corruption will go down, and you'll get an increase in trade and production, because when you have the much overextension, it causes, your trade to go down as well. So you can probably make 2.5 more ducats here, because government reforms will tick up faster. The 10% tax is a horrible choice. You should have gone the national manpower modifier. The reason why you do that is because 10% tax late game isn't as good as 15% manpower modifier. Other than that, France is not doing too bad. Probably just catch up in tech. Yeah, don't pick this until you can embrace it. Strange. That. And maybe. Yeah. So also France did a power move and moved into Ferrara and grabbed that. So that was pretty strong move. He's going to prevent the Shadow Kingdom from firing, so we'll see if that will be a success or not. Berg. So Burgundy, I actually didn't look at this. So he has to select a rival, choose a rival definitely. Wow, he can't even select Castile. What a loser. 663, which is amazing. You can choose probably Florence or Venice, someone you're gonna outgrow pretty soon, and you'll get more power projection. I'm gonna say we're gonna pick Florence because Florence is pretty far away. And then what we're going to do is we're going to send an insult to Florence. So let's see, look, it's 996. We're going to send an insult to Florence. Power projection is going to go up. And now it's 10, 10, 7. Because you're over the 50 threshold, you get one of every power point to your stats. Economically, he's doing quite nice. I don't know why he's paying for his army. Maybe he's going to war, but turn it down. That's pretty good for Burgundy. Can probably even run another advisor. Picking the ID group really depends what Burgundy's going to do. Because he already has the 10 morale, he can pick more morale because that's what Austria did. Austria is going a very intense defensive build as well. France is going defensive build. So maybe we can expect some war in there. I'm actually also surprised that Cologne doesn't ally Burgundy and help him expand into the HRE. I mean, if they're allied, why not? You know, strange. But getting rid of some forts. Maybe this one, not really needed for it. This one's not really needed for it because there are so many other forts. He can't integrate vassals quite yet, but otherwise it's doing pretty good. Haven't really expanded besides this, but I would like to see more expansion from him, if possible. Maybe into Savoy or Switzerland or some shit like that. But yeah, doing pretty good. Haven't used the build up to force limit or the high income mission, so he's really saving it for later. Good job on that. Control Liege. Yeah, he really needs to expand the HRA. Maybe just Liege or something like that with the help of Cologne. Cologne declares Burgundy is allied to him. He eats it up, gives Cologne some money. Cologne has a strong ally outside the HRE and outside of Austria. And Burgundy is happy because he's actually growing and expanding. Let's see. I'm not going to go into HRE just now. Let's see. Let's go to Steel. Oh, yeah. This is the meme of a lifetime right here. Castile is a fucking meme. Currently in a disaster. Oh boy, yeah. So the entire thing was a joke. About Mike Castile. So I don't even know like if the first disaster was bad or not, because it helped me secure the avoid the civil war. Because if you have a disaster ticking, you can have you save your queen, and the civil war doesn't tick. Second of all, I mean I lost so much money on it, so I'm not sure. And now there's a second fucking disaster. Jesus Christ. For 3 more years. I've been playtesting it. It goes away. It's going to be okay, but I just... so annoying. And that's what... It makes like technology 20% more expensive, which is fucking crazy. Crazy, really. Yeah. So, that's why now these texts are taken. Because the technology is literally 20% more expensive. There it is. Dominates of clergy. And religious intolerance enforced. How long is that enforced, by the way? Oh, 71. So there's absolutely no point. Wow, I didn't see that one. Okay. No point. Got it. Okay. That's 30% more. Plus this, so 47% for Castile. I'm taking tech right now. Economy-wise, running a level 2 advisor 2-1, not that bad. 28 ducats, but a lot of it is being eaten because of taxation minus 10 because of the clergy. It should be at like plus 30, I think, somewhere there. So that's not really good. Gold mine is pushed to 9, which is good. No use of the holy orders. No use of the holy orders because if you're in a disaster too, all your admin points are being eaten for raising stability and stuff like that. It's pretty bad. At least the throne was inherited pretty early. And I've been really taking money from siphoning income from Aragon. As you see, Aragon doesn't really like me because I siphoned it 3 times. But, money is money, especially for Castile that's just been hemorrhaging money. And also, I've been really using the papacy to excommunicate some people. I used Florence a couple of times, but Venice just stopped giving in demands of the papacy. And he must be crushed, because he's been helping the Muslims as well. Other than that, I mean, Castile isn't that bad. Looking that bad, higher power projection, making money, some wars, slowly expanding. But again, just really shit session for me. Manpower in the bank, there's autonomy, rebels, and all that stuff. So we will see what happens later on. I think next session it's gonna be a clear indicator of what happens in Castile. It's gonna colonize or it's gonna try to again take down the African nations. So lot to see. But the interesting country from all this is actually Portugal. So Portugal and Castile are going to have this thing going on where Castile doesn't want to eat Portugal. Portugal is really expanding nicely, being friendly, and doing all that stuff. He sold Castile this piece of land. And Portugal is actually all the way in Asia. So he got here really early on. And so we spoke about him, what he should do, and he did it. So he pushed all the way on. Is he actually colonizing? Yeah, he's colonizing here, but he could be putting more colonies over here and getting into Cape, control of Cape and all that. Starting to push trade from there, but I guess, yeah, Brazil is also nice because it unlocks a lot of missions for him. But yeah, so super cool. Portugal played it right. He's in Asia in 1468. We'll see if he can press it or not. He has 3 heavies, not too many. 19 forests, some is pretty good. But in our mod, Portuguese ideas are pretty good. He has the morale of navies early on, but he also has 10% infantry combat ability and 5% discipline and goods produced modifier. So he is. It's not that weak of a nation, to be honest with you guys. Not too weak of a nation. So Portugal is doing great. Still no colonies though from anyone. We'll see what happens. Anyways, we are going to go now more up into... Actually, no. Let's go to Florence. It's like FLO? Oh, debug mode. It's like... Yeah, toggle on. I don't know. Oh, wow. You got it. Land. So Florence. A high Republican tradition. Power projection is slipping. I'm not going to even talk about this, but, you know... he's making money. Wow, he's making a lot of money because of that trade and taxation. Again, Italy region. He did not expand that much. Even though he could have. He's eating down the Pope. I'm surprised he hasn't eaten this. Maybe they have some sort of a deal there or not. I'm not too sure, but this should have been eaten I think just make claims on both of these provinces, one of this, and then you eat them, because claim reduce your AE by a lot. Genoa is also exists. I'm not sure why he didn't, because I think taking Genoa, it's an absolute must. You just get so much trade for yourself, and you reduce the Genoan trade as well, so you control more of that node. So I think between securing Rome and Genoa, Genoa is the priority there. I can probably afford to run. Does he need to afford it? Oh, he also went defensive ideas. Okay, so everyone's going defensive ideas. Super interesting. So everyone's going to early to mid game build, because late game, of course, discipline is still better. But very, very interesting. Very, very interesting move here. I actually wonder what other ideas they're going to pick. Plutocratic, because as a republic, as Florence, you can go. Plutocratic isn't that. Yeah, not too valuable. I mean, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I actually wonder if anyone's going to pick strategic. So not doing too bad, but not doing absolutely amazing. I don't know. 44. Jesus Christ. Why? Why? Okay, he's got the Holy Order. Yeah, this is really good. Which one is it? Wow. Okay. All right. So hopefully he'll expand. Yeah. This one is good. You should take that one. Okay. And you definitely use your diplomats, guys. Like, for example, you can fabricate, build spy network here. I don't know, build spy network there. But you're in a war in that country. But you should have claims everywhere, on Milan, on absolutely everyone. I'm actually wondering what they're doing. Wow. So Venice is expanding right into HRE. He's just going balls deep, and he doesn't care about trade nodes or anything like that. Did he? Yeah, he's taking this state. This is a really good state, by the way. I'm not really sure why. I don't know, even splitting the state is good, because this is mountain passes that you need for Italy, and these are good for dev. I'm not sure why you're letting Venice control that, but okay. I guess Venice is king. Tag Ven. So Venice, a lot of money, completely expected. Going quantity. You know, quantity isn't too bad, I think, of a start, especially if you want to improve your force limit above, like, have a really huge force limit, because you can rotate stacks. If you can depth the manpower, or you have a lot of money for mercenaries, it's pretty good, because this increases the mercenaries, amount of mercenaries you get. And second of all, what this does is you can pair it very nicely with trade, or maybe even plutocratic ideas next, so you get a lot more merchants. And since you're in Europe, you can you need as many merchants and steering power as possible. So I can see that. The only thing that puts Venice in more of a position where he needs a very militaristic country to help him. But this is not that bad of a start. He has a 264. He's been excommunicated a couple times, because he should be paying some money. He has one of the strongest economies in Europe. He's also knowledge sharing with the Mamluks, so he's getting money there. He's been helping the Mamluks fight this battle, so we'll get to that battle later on, and about all the treacheries that are happening there. Okay, so we'll get to that later on. But yeah, Venice also expanded. He took the Bosnia area. I wonder how that's going to manage with Hungary, who's got a new player. But yeah, he's going in. So let's see what happens. Next is Austria. So Austria, amazing manpower, secure. So what manpower shows you in the beginning of the session is that this person is ready for anything to come next session. No one wants to fuck with 50,000 manpower, really. This is a really strong showing by Austria. Austria is in a great shape. He's going to get a secondary reform by 1469. Absolutely crazy. Huge, huge economy for Austria. Could be a little bit more. Oh, he doesn't have this. So if he frees this up, it's going to give him more ducats, like 5 or 6 more ducats. This could be devved a little bit more, lowers the autonomy there. But yeah, other than that, he's also been using the Hungarian army somewhere. Yeah, Hungarian army. So this PU really benefited him. He's been using those Hungarian armies to kill troops. Great grab on there. He got everything Bohemia united. So hopefully, maybe he'll inherit it. If he inherits it, Austria becomes a major superpower in Europe. This is such a huge boon for Austria. Just you accept Czech culture and just all of this, like these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 60 dev right here, and this again also a huge amount of dev, but also good defensive. You have some grasslands, you have some farmland, so this is really good area. So Austria, I think, overall is doing very good. He also expanding here and there. He can expand here. So plenty of room of expansion to Austria. I'm just wondering what exactly he's going to do. He needs to be a little bit more decisive. Next, we're going to slip to Ag alone. Let's see. One second. So this is played by Brother Cologne. So economically, not too good. The thing is, when you're such a small country, you'd rather lower this maintenance. Drill isn't as important for you. You know what is really important? This. This is so much more important than drilling. You can fire them before the war or after the war, but you don't want to fall behind in tech. Drilling for small nations isn't as important as pure mana generation. You can pick up drill later on, but really, I mean, you have the highest drill, but it doesn't do anything for you. It gives you 3,000 manpower. Not worth it. You really want to spend that money on advisors, hiring 2 advisors, and building up a war chest for yourself. This isn't just worth it. So definitely rethink your strategy. Good job on saving this mission. Good job on saving this mission. So a lot of missions, which is really nice. Again, as I talked about, looking for more allies, you can definitely expand. You can definitely expand a little bit more. Like for example, for Hesse, you want to look at states. This is already in your state. This is a really good expansion route for you, and it's really easy because you can build a spy network on both of these countries. You can also use, if you're worried about things like aggressive expansion, put your merchant on improved relations, which already is very good. So you can just get claims on both of these areas, and you can eat both of these provinces. So just make sure you, basically, when you're an HRE, make sure you are putting claims everywhere and eating only land you have claims on. It says this guy in the coalition, you can eat him. Like, you can claim this. Yeah. So there you go. Tag Bra. So Brandenburg is in a lot of wars, but we figured it out. He's going to get out of 2 of those wars. Just a stupid situation, so we're going to save fix it. There was an event where he can't actually... I would even do this. He couldn't decline the call for a PU or something like that, so he's now stuck in this wars, which is absolutely shitty and crazy. So we're gonna say fix that a little bit, but other than that, he's being really boxed in. Even though he's allied to Austria, Austria has been really helping Sweden instead. So Sweden is the line of the north, and he is growing. But other than that, 18,000 for Brandenburg is pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really strong power. He's going offensive first, perhaps. If you guys are not aware of this trick, when you're not filling out technology or you're not filling out the ID group, don't take offensive. Take religious or humanist because they have the highest amount of positive events. And when you pick a religious group, say I'm going to pick religious, it starts, it has, it's not a push event, I forget what it's called. It starts an event, a pulse event, which has to happen within like 5 or 6 years. And it can give you stability. It has a very high chance of giving you stability or other cool things. So choose religion until you have enough points, and then you basically just drop it, and then you go offensive, and then click, click, click. But other than that, just pick other groups instead for the events, because when you pick the idea group, it starts giving you the events from that idea group, and offensive doesn't always have the best. You don't want all the offensive groups, or you want them you want them later on because they give you like discipline and manpower and army tradition, all that. It's the events you kind of want later on. You rather have stability now. All right, tag Sweden. So Sweden. So this guy is doing it big, building schools in Finland. Let's see how well built the country is. What? Okay. Okay, one more debt, but that's about it. So not too bad. Otherwise, pretty good. Royal Branding, 3 advisors. That's amazing. 531. Okay. We can do that. We can work with that. It's I think that's average. Yeah, this is average, and it's 333 pretty much. This is below average, but whatever. You make it work. He's going also defensive. Everyone's going defensive. Super interesting. Maybe we should rework that again, because it seems that everyone's going the same build, but we'll see how the season pans out. Some of your forts aren't very viable. I don't think this fort is very viable. Or you can just, because it's grasslands. This is a viable for, where is his troops? Okay, so he's sieging. He got that siege down. Interesting that he didn't go here first. So he's going for Sweden. How much can he take? Okay, not too much. I wonder what he's going to take. He takes some ducats in like Shaylin. Does he have claims? Yeah, he has claims. I wonder what his deal is. Is he going to take Shaylin or not? Usually Great Britain tries to take Shaylin. So I'm actually super interested in what he does. Maybe he does something else. And he can't do that. Unless oh no, he can't. You can take, which one is it? This on transfer subjects, and it's really good. He could have taken, for example, the Norway PU pretty easily. So interesting stuff. So Sweden not doing too bad. The only thing, his power projection is really low. This area went to Poland. Sometimes that usually goes to Sweden. This island has been taken, even though it's a core of Sweden. He should probably pick it up because it's part of his state. It's 10 development. It's grasslands, Swedish culture. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. Tag Poland. So Poland, what is Poland doing? Manpower, I see that was training. Oh, he's troops for the Mamluks. Okay. But no leader. Wow, he's really behind Diplotech, but that's okay. He went quality. Okay, we see our first quality. To Polish idea, because he really wants to stack that discipline as Poland. He has 441, not too bad. The 355 air, also not that bad. His economy, it's a doable. Not doing his estates at all, but who am I to talk? But points are points, so I'm going to point out one last time. Oh boy. And just automatically raises. Power projection can probably also go up as well. You have a lot of rivals, so you can probably, since you have 7 prestige left over, you can do the big insult for the, and it raises to 51. You can also do insults to Brandenburg and Austria, which, and also will raise this power projection. Power projection is also raised by embargoing and just regular insults and threatening and stuff like that. So you should definitely do that, get that power projection up. Some of the forts like this, I believe this fort can actually be completely destroyed because it's on farmlands. It doesn't really do anything for you unless you want to fight it. If you have cash, you can put a fort like right here if you're worried about it, but usually this fort line defends it. Krakow, yeah. Polish problems. That's why usually Poland pushes for Bohemia. Another army here drilling. Probably maybe even delete this fort. Just doesn't do anything. And if Russia attacks you, you put a naval unit there, and he can't cross here, so it acts as a fort, but I don't know. I guess you can keep it for safe measurement, but it just eats away at your income. Let's see, does Poland have... Oh, Poland didn't take this. Okay, so wait, what is Poland? What you can do, Moldavia, is seize land, Bessarabia, so you seize it. I know they kind of hate you unless you're ready to incorporate them through annex vassal. But what this does is it gives you a steppe province, and the steppe province is what you need for Cossacks in order to erase Cossacks. Also, as Poland, you're welcome to go against Crimea, but Crimea is actually allied to the Ottomans. You can negotiate something there later on, but you want this because this gives you steppes, and you need steppes for Cossacks. So other than that, he's getting money. How much is he getting paid? 295. Wow, he's really underselling himself. Yeah, I'll just consolidate. Screw that. That's way too much. I mean, he's getting way too little. So, Poland. I'm not going to go into Hungary, but Poland also going for quality ideas. Already picked a couple, so good for them. Don't fall behind this much on military. You kind of want to save your points just in case you want to be up in tech. Like, for example, if you get attacked right now, you're going to be missing on combat width, you're missing on military tactics, you're missing on infantry fire, on infantry shock, and on new cavalry. So you always want to have enough points to fill out the new tech. You never want to be behind. Attack Turk. No. Attack Muscovy. We're going to go into Turkey and all that shit after this. Muscovy. So this is played by my boy Rustin. He hasn't accepted Novgorodian culture. I usually like to do it because this, even though it's kind of like in your group, it's a local tax modifier of -15, local manpower -15. And if you accept it early on, say in 1450s or something like that, you have this huge stretch of it being an accepted culture, so you get a 15% modifier on all of this for a very long time. Especially if you integrate this early on, you kind of want to have this culture group accepted, and I think it pays for itself. I'm actually kind of surprised. Okay, coal. Okay, let's see. Okay, he gave it to this. He's actually really well built as well. He's one of the most well built countries. He's making a lot of. He's got the trade centers also built out. He's making a lot of money for Muscovy, and he doesn't even have the gold. I think this is also a mistake. I guess he's going to be going for it pretty soon. But this is a mistake. Usually with Kazan, you want to do it very early. You want to take this gold mine ASAP, pretty much. And what you can do as Russia for you who don't follow my guides, is you, 1 second. This is 75, this is 25. You take away boyars here, and then the clergy here, and then you have this extra state just in case for some other things, because you know this is what 8 dev, 11 dev, 14 dev, and you can state something like a perm, for example, which has so 16, 19, 22, 27 dev, and that automatically becomes that. Or you use that for the gold mine, right? Did he actually state this? Yeah, he stated this. So he's going down the mission tree as well. So we'll see what happens. Is he converting it? No, development territory is Sunni territory. So he needs to make this a core. And why? I guess it needs to have the month tick enough, because he accepted the Mishar culture, and he just needs to basically have the month tick. Base value. Oh, development Sunni. Enforce religious unity, and then maybe just run missionary. I know it's too expensive. I'm just showing you. And then you guys can convert like 34 months. You convert this into a lot of stuff. But usually, when you guys are playing Muscovy, you want to go for this gold mine pretty early, pretty fucking early on. And wow, it's Shia, interesting. Wow. I've never seen that before. So interesting stuff. Also, icon chosen. In this case, if you have some stuff, I could do the icon of Christ and save up a lot of money and then just use it to build, which is nice. Or if you need to accept the institution, spread institution. Oh, he didn't dev. Also, that's why he is also taking defensive. Interesting. So, overall, I think strong Muscovy, but he could be stronger. He also spent a lot of resources pushing into this area. I mean, it's kind of viable, but I think this is much more viable than this. So I think it's a huge mistake by Rustin, because it's the Osterhan group, Osterhan, and it's really not that much money in comparison to here. And especially because this is a gold mine, this is much more viable, important to take, and then that opens you a path to go into Uzbek, because does he have a truce? Yes, he does. I guess he also took money from them. But just basically, if you go here, you can expand into here and do your Siberian frontier right off the bat. Novgorod expires pretty soon, so he's going to eat this, he's going to eat this, he's going to eat this, so it's going to be a very strong Muscovy, I think. Okay. Now, to the Turk. So, the Ottomans have been fighting. Wow, he's not losing money yet. He completely fired the advisors. He's been running a level 1 advisor, which is very good. He is at force limit. In this situation, what he should do is probably drain the rest of the professionalism and do like this, and then drain it again, and get 17,000 manpower, and then basically merc up for this. I mean, 20 mercenaries? What the hell? How many can you build? Can you build 10? You can build 10. And then go 12, 13, no, yes. No, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, god damn it. I've been building regular infantry. I was like, whoa. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so he can build 15. So he can actually, even if he loses this fight, he can come back if he just does a defensive edict right here. And before this, oh, and he already has the Umera. And for those of you who don't know, Umera actually upgrades the defensiveness of the fort because it's just the Umera. That's what they do. So if they control the territory, they help you provide more defensiveness to the fort. So we'll see what happens there. So Venice is going to exit this war according to the rules. They broke the rules a little bit. So Venice is going to be exiting this war after this battle. But the Mamluks have forces right there. And also, yeah, doing it big. Doing it big. Interesting. But the Ottomans are controlling the naval part of this. Yeah, not too bad. Ottomans are in pretty good position still. So hopefully they've been doing diplomacy. This is really terrible, but whatever. Hopefully they've been doing the diplomacy. Do this instead. You don't want to have a negative Umera. You want the manpower ticking. Hopefully he's been doing diplomacy, so we'll see the continuation of a really good fight. Is Circassia in this war? Yes, it is. So his alliance is proc. For Tunis, oh, because it's an offensive war, I see. Okay. So Tunis there is a defensive guy. Interesting that he gave up Kosovo. I think that was a mistake, but, you know, what can you do? The nation was protected, so he couldn't expand into it. Wallachia is a vassal, so that's a really strong move. That's what the Ottomans last season messed up. He gave away Wallachia pretty much for free. He got it back eventually, but, you know. I think this fort, personally, can be deleted. It brings little use because you have naval support and you have Constantinople who blocks the path. And this is a really good crossing right here. This is an okay fort. Nothing happening here. Albania. Yeah, so he's expanding to Albania. But we'll see what happens in this war. Right now, he is losing. Tag Mamluks. So Mamluks, on the other hand, have absolutely no manpower. They are in debt, but they can do the same thing. So they can do the same thing. They can slacken. Oh, that's a huge ass fucking slacken. Jesus Christ. He's choosing to run discipline instead. Oops. And he's taking debt. So he actually has debt, but pretty good income. So not such a good king as the Ottomans, but we'll see. And he also took defensive. So Mamluks and Ottomans both took defensives, and they're both running it. The advantage goes to Ottomans because he has one more defensive offense pip. But he is on the offensive, so it's going to be a little bit harder. So he needs to break through these forts. I guess it's possible if you siege this fort and then have armies right over here. Just kind of cutting off the Mamluks. But the Mamluks is doing very, very good. Oh, never mind. He wants this piety. What's the 4.29 tag Turk? What is the Turk? Okay, so it's a little bit higher because he's running the morale advisor. Interesting. But the Ottomans also has the Azap, and they have the 2 pips, and the Mamluks has the Muslim, and they have the 1 pip. Yeah, so the Ottomans have better pips there. So this is going to be an interesting war. We'll see what happens. Tag. Who else? Am I missing anyone? Let's go down this list. Brand, McClung, Venice, Florence, Portugal, Poland, Muscovy, Hungary, Ottomans, Mamluks. Before, I guess tag Tim. So the original Timurids player, he was unable to go because of work. It's understandable. America sucks dick about these things. So he left. He has high power projection, but he left all this open. He wants the original player to decide, which is very, very smart. This was Feldspite's nation, so one of the largest economies that we have seen. He hasn't unlocked ID groups yet because he's been expanding so much. He did embrace the institution, which is fucking huge. Did he embrace it? Yeah, he did. Wow, he def pushed and embraced. Very nice. He has some loans, probably because of the embracement. Um, nicely done. He... Or, no idea groups. So for this, in this case, what is his... not that high of a morale. I mean, if... see, I'm super interested to see what he does, where he's going to push, because that's his core. That's his core. He needs to get these guys probably maybe in the heat here and eat here, or you can go into India and eat Multan. That's just such nice land. So tons of things you can do. Timurid's in a very, very strong position. He just needs to see what he can do diplomatically. But Timurid's ideas are very good. The missions that you get are fantastic, especially if you go all the way into Delhi, and everyone likes him in India. So if he eats Multan, for example, or Baluchistan into Mewar, he can do great things. He just depends on his midweek diplomacy. Also, there's, I think, pushing into... Where is that? Trade goods. He can't see the gold mine. The gold mine is here, I guess. Going up, it's possible because it's Sunni land, but it's really not that worth it. Yeah, Timurids are in a very, very good state. So, nice. Well played. So, tag Mewar. So, Mewar... There. Mewar is in a little bit of trouble because of the coalition that is brewing against them. And he's a little bit worried about it, but he's going defensive. He has some allies. He can probably... Can he ally more people? Yeah, he can even ally more miners. And miners bring more. And if he can just do an alliance either with Bengal or with Timurids or with Khmer or any of the other human players, just so the coalition will not trigger. Probably in this case pick defensive ideas just to defeat the coalition, or it'll go long term and go more of a discipline route. What I usually do when I play Mewar is I move the gold mine, move the capital here, and first of all, this Mewar, what you need to do is this has to fucking go. This lower the autonomy, boom, your income automatically goes up. These guys are angry, but give them this, for example, this and this, so they're not angry. Use your estates a little bit more. You can get all your stuff from them. And maybe if you move, you can move the capital there and encourage development. And you can develop this gold mine even harder if you move the capital, and that gives you a huge financial boost in your economy, which you can run better advisors and stuff like that. So as Mewar, I really like to risk it for the biscuit and building up that gold mine, because it's the only one in India. It's really strong. And you can have a huge... I think when I played it in the last multiplayer Mewar, I had it on 18 or 19 gold. I know you kind of overflood with inflation, but that's okay. You can get a inflation guy. You can go into economic ideas and stuff like that. But it's a really strong move, and a lot of Mewars don't do that. Keep your forts right now. Maybe even put a fort on Mewar, because it's going to be like your capital, for example. And then when you have your age objective, take this one. Combat bonus to all terrain forts, and as Mewar, if you put your capital here, this fort becomes, you get +1. This fort you get, not only they get a -1, but you get a +1, so you have a 2 difference, and you basically put all your forts on hills. So like you can put a fort here, or you can eat more into Malwa and stuff like that. So Mewar. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do a small declaration of Okay, how about we go to MLW, and we're going to... Who else is in this coalition? Delhi? Can we declare? Tag. Okay, let's do yes, man. And we're going to declare. And what that does, we'll see how much. Okay, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So it's about 62,000. I mean, but if we let it tick, fuck. Let's do tag Vig. Damn, we can't see it. Force limit. So yeah. I don't think they're going to declare. I don't think that's coalition's going to declare. I think they're completely fine. But Delhi, it's a really strong powerhouse in this. So Multan, Mewar. I think Malwa needs to die next. In this, maybe this as Mewar, I try to eat into this minus, remove a lot of minus, so they can't form coalition. And really good state, and this is a really good state. So at 556, wow, very nice. Oh, 5-2, 5-5-4, 5-5-2. Yeah, this is really nice as well. So, anyways, a lot of things to think about for Mewar this week. Vig. So Vig has been making shitload of money, loaning its army, fighting over there, really rich. Surya, so he's doing the Child of Surya thing. Hopefully, hoping for a good heir. He's going, yeah, religious ideas. Meow, my apprentice. There you go. He's going it big for the events. He's not. I wonder what he's gonna take. He's gonna be quality or defensive or offensive, or quantity. Just to destroy all of India without going into Merc. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he does. But other than that, let's see. Has he built stuff? No, he hasn't built anything. So he's saving up money. Wow, okay, so I think he upgraded the centers as well. Autonomy is pretty high. You can definitely lower the autonomy in a lot of these places. It can make some people angry, but your autonomy is way too fucking high. Holy shit. What is it? 45. That's way too high. You're gonna have some rebel problems, but I think in the long run, this is going to be much better. Increase your income and your generation of your reforms much faster. Yeah, because you really want to hit those reforms maximum cultures. Where is it? Yeah, you want to hit this one as fast as you can. So, you gotta get there. He's annexing a vassal, doing very well. Nice. Nice job. Sure, I'll do that. Yes, man. Let's see. Bengal. Going quality. Very nice. 334. Not fucking bad. What is he doing? Bengali. He hasn't accepted the cultures yet. I'm surprised. Why not? Running the Child of Surya event as well. Very nice. Nice use of estates. Can get that one, but that's okay. He's making money. So not as much money as Vijayanagar because he's not lending out his Kundati, but still very good. You can go through all of these guys and... Holy shit, Ava. What the fuck? You can go into Ava. This is a really good state. This one. Oh, wait. Oh, Central is a really good state. But also, you can raid this area for cash and prestige, which you need. You need prestige and a lot of it. So you can raid that area 100%. Other than that, doing pretty good. Maybe will he reform into some another nation or not? Who knows? We don't know. Malacca. How are we doing? Positive stability, low legitimacy, doing some wars. Holy shit, what? So, so my thing is, why haven't you... So here, you change the religion. Force religion. Get a priest guy. You're welcome to move the capital here. I don't care. And dev the shit out of this gold. What things you can do is you accept the culture. 37% of your nation is not accepted. What are you doing? Don't blame this on lag. Like, you can convert it in 38 months. So you can start converting it now. Convert it. And then dev the gold. That's gonna boost your economy so much. I have no idea what you're doing with your life, Malacca. Like, this is gonna be a fucking raffle stump if you don't do something about this. Oh boy. Wow. I mean, okay. Yeah, this is a little disappointing, really. Malacca is such a small, powerful country, and it's and like just gold, just like basic gold. And if you have gold, you hire level 2 advisor. You get ahead of Miltech because you're going into exploration, and you just crush everyone around you. Don't understand. Strange. But what more Asians need to do is they need to help Malacca, maybe teach it how to play, maybe give it some money, because Malacca really needs to be the big naval power of Asia. Because if there's no Malacca, unless someone else decides to go with naval ideas, Asia is going to get dominated by Europeans, especially that Portugal is here. England is going to sail there. I, as Castile, am not going to sail in. But this is just... Malacca needs some love, for my personal opinion. Oh boy. Timur's begun in Khmer. Khmer. Okay. Nice. Way ahead of military. Why? That's so far ahead of military, but okay. Oh, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Yeah, definitely need this. Oh, that's a lot of allies. Yeah, understandable. Good job for not coring it, just keeping it in a state. Very good. Maybe convert. I would suggest in this, I would suggest converting into Hindu. Hindu is just such a more, such a better idea, better religion. Missionary strength. Just convert it. Pretty much convert yourself. You know, and just, yeah, definitely into Hindu. Amazing religion. Maybe grab more land from Champa, annex them. Grab more land, but convert yourself to Hindu. Hindu is just a superior religion to whatever religion you are. I mean, yes, that's nice. But Hindu's better because of all the deities. But this has been nicely fixed by Hokan. So, this is a much better religion than it has been. Actually, morale of armies and discipline? I might be wrong. I might be wrong here. Wait a second. I don't know. I think it's up to you to decide, but I would take Hindu because there's more interactions between there. You debt, Aaron, full of debt. Very nice economy. Holy shit, 14. Here we go. My boy Aaron. I think this is Aaron. Whoever this is. My God. Nice. This is how you fucking do it. 27 ducats, 14 from gold. He's going for quality. Only thing here, he needs to write in the inflation guy. I don't know if it's half cost or whatever. That's gonna slow down the inflation just a little bit. Going quality and then picking economic ideas and expanding much more. Wow, Aaron, good job, you. This is a really nice start. Fantastic. It's going quality. A little bit behind on text, but you can definitely afford it because you're making so much fucking money. And if you lower your autonomy, I don't know if you're going to war or not, lower your autonomy a little bit more, you can probably even do, you probably want to get a different advisor, or maybe run level 2 advisor, any 2 advisor like morale or discipline. But this is absolutely fantastic showing. One thing here is you haven't stated this, and this is pretty bad. So what you do is you make this territory. I know you don't have the admin points. So what you do... Oh, you... Holy shit, dude. Well, I mean, here... Choo-choo, motherfucker. Just do this, because they're going to rebel regardless. Or wait for them to rebel and then lower it. And then kill these rebels. And, yeah, this is a really nice state. So, you going big, doing it huge. Korea. Tag core. So Korea, this is the feet dude. He ate some stuff. Nice work. So again, since you are new, I'm gonna go through the state business. Sorry for everyone else. I know you're sick and tired of it, and I suck at the states apparently. So when you increase your estates give you a lot of different things such as points and cheap advisors. For example, if you do this advisor, he's going to be much cheaper than the other advisors because of how high the estate influence is. You can also collect points if you want. And for here, the trade efficiency guy, you can get... Wow, what? Why is you give so much land to these guys? Huh. Interesting. So one thing you can do, guys, also, when you have this much land, this is way too much land for them. It's probably better to go into negative. What you do is you... So you explode all these things, and this is totally now what I did and totally got fucked with, is you take away all their lands like that, and then you pretty much just click and accept this, and you lose 20 of each one, which isn't that bad. And since they just exploded, you can lower the autonomy here and there. So bring their autonomy back down. And then give this land, for example, to Neo-Confucianists, just one province. Do Grand World, New World Charters, Grand Admiral, and then ask for money, and you get money from that as well. And that kind of pays for itself. Plus the autonomy is going to start falling for these provinces, which is really, really nice. You know, but otherwise this is not that bad of a Korea. I would go more into a different direction. Take this, for example, and maybe push more into China, to be honest, because this land isn't as good as this land. But other than that, very nicely done. You can, yeah. Nice. Anyways, I think this is our player. No. Nicely done. I mean, looks good. I don't think that's a good country to start with. I think this one is. Isugi is a much better start. I think it's much stronger. You can do a massive play over here. But for Hosokawa or anyone in Japan, what you want to do is you want to start like here, not the biggest but not the smallest, and set your rivals and do get 100%. What's it called? Like for example, you want to do humiliation of them, right? And then you want to. 1 second, I'll show you. I forgot what it's called. Oh no! So basically, what you want to do is you get 100% of the war score for the deal, and you get 100. It's like you get power projection. You get power projection, but you get it's not even humiliation. It's more than that. It's show strength. It's called show strength. You get 100 of every single points in every single category, and you can actually dev push institution like 1445 or not 1445 in 1450 you can dev push institution and be ahead of in tech, because when you play like for example Usugi or other nations in this region, you just have a lot of different rivals you can set show strength and just rotate all of them, which makes it really really strong, and you can dev push the institution. Pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, and then let's see, what's it called? Mali? Oh, Zen? Or, no, was it Tag Mamluks? Was a Kilwa, right? Tag Zan. So, Kilwa. So now we're going to Africa. Oof. Stability is pretty low. No tech yet, but getting there. Wow, okay. So he's not following behind tech that long. That far, I mean. Not that bad of rulers, not that bad of rulers. This one I will probably get rid of. It's only 25% in our mod. 21 prestige in our mod. Usually it's 50. Get rid of that. You have your annexing stuff. So Kilwa is growing. The thing is, for Kilwa, you should have pushed more into Multapa. I guess you did. And then there's just some more gold here. Your Sunni. Interesting. Okay, so Kilwa isn't doing too bad. He's, is he? Not using the estates, manpower. Sorry guys, I'm not one to talk about estates, I know. Still, nevertheless, good work, looking good. I'm happy that we have more African nations. I'm not sure about this. I think pushing more into this would have been idea, or more into this. But, you know, maybe it was a good push. We'll see what Kilwa does. Here, Kilwa has a really choice going to the military or naval or something like that. He does have some naval ideas, and he can definitely do it. But I'm not sure what he does, because he can be the naval power that dominates here, take the Cape, and then pull trade from here, and kind of hold off the Europeans. But he really needs to hurry for this, I think. Tag Mali. Tag Sok. So Sokoto, it's playing by Toxic. So he's a little bit behind on admin points, but that's okay. He hasn't dev'd the institution yet, but he really did expand. He owns all of this, which is really, really powerful. He's basically the predominant force in the neighborhood. He is using his estates. Not that big of an economy. Pretty big force limit, but he cannot support it. He doesn't have the manpower either. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the Africans do, because the colonizers haven't came, or at least Portugal completely skipped them. Spain hasn't come yet. England hasn't come yet. France hasn't come yet. And it's quite possible he can also do that. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Africans do in general. But my analysis overall, I think they should do a little bit more diplomacy. That's been a really lackluster. He's very lucky with his air. Wow, 555, very cool. 534, amazing. A lot of luck. So we'll see what they will do. Anyways, guys, this has been the Tick Podcast. Propaganda, a lot of propaganda today. If I missed someone, I really hope I didn't. I'm going to look over the list right now. I don't think I did. I think I got everyone, pretty much. which is really good. So yeah, very interesting season. I know we got through just a little bit of countries, but that's okay. We'll get through more later on. Hopefully, session 2 will be more exciting. Do more Diplo, do more memes, do more posts, guys. Let's make this season super, super interesting. Give me more things to talk about. Hopefully, next week, if any one of you wants to join me on podcast, it's going to be podcast on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday of next week. I am available almost the entire day. Don't Hate Daddy is drinking whiskey and Coca-Cola right now. So, that's my job. Kind of drinking on the job. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And yeah, welcome back to Season 12.